Hello and welcome to this assignment walkthrough video for the DHIS2 curriculum developed by Logical Outcomes. My name is Nicholas Santillo, and in this video I'm joined by Sara Gaudon, and together we go through the first assignment, which is structuring OrgUnits. Here we go. Okay, so I'm back here with Sara. Hi, Sara.
Hello, Nicholas.
And we are on the first assignment today for the walkthroughs. So
Exciting.
yeah. And in this one, we're going to look at structuring the OrgUnits, the where, one of the building blocks of our system. And we're looking at your screen. And the first assignment is really just putting down the OrgUnits into a table, right?
Yes. So for this assignment, we've got a worksheet template. So we're going to be working with this template. And we suggest that you use, 9 or a dozen facilities just to get good practice here. So the actual assignment worksheet is just below, and there are a couple things you can do. You could copy and paste this into Excel if you like, or because we really like using OneNote, we've set up a collaboration space. So under Documents, you could have a page or even another section group where you keep your own notes. And then you can keep copies of your work here. If you don't know too much about OneNote, you can also have subpages, so you could just group them under your notes section, and then your other teammates could have their own notes there.
Cool.
So yeah, so this would be our first assignment. So let's just flip back to the instructions here. Okay, so in the example we've included, we took a look at Canada. So our level, our very top level, is called country, and then specifically we're just going to be looking at Canada. So in this case, Canada is our parent, so they will become the top. Canada's the top level in the hierarchy, and everything else will fall below. So as a Canadian, I know that province is our second level. In different applications you might have, a region, a district, a state. So we've included some of the provinces that are going to fall below Canada. And then one by one, you could go through that second level and say, okay, now what is the next level below Quebec? I could list all of the Quebec regions or counties. We've done this for Ontario, where we've taken one, and then we've gone even a level further and listed some city, towns, or reserves that are in that area. So an important part of this exercise is to name your levels, because this will come in later when we do the import. We're going to have to name our levels, and then to also properly map out what's falling under which parent.
And it's actually good to note, because in this case there's actually a poor example with Toronto, where Toronto is a one-to-one connection with region to city. Toronto being the biggest city in Canada, the city of Toronto actually is a region in the province, so that is correct. But what DHIS2 likes to, what they suggest in all of the material is that you actually do a minimum of 2 or 3 OrgUnits underneath every parent. So Brant is a better example of that. There is the county of Brant and the city of Brant. So what we could have done with Toronto is we could have said, okay, well, let's break up the different regions of Toronto within the different kind of neighborhoods or areas of Toronto, so the York and North York and downtown, because that would mean we have a little bit more complexity as opposed to the region and the city being the exact same shape.
Good point. So for this assignment, it's really for you to think about where you're collecting your data and then mapping it out on a chart of your own. And then in the next example, we'll take it one step further and do some grouping, and then finally we will import this into DHIS2. So Nicholas, did you have anything else to add for this assignment?
Yeah, I think just reaffirming that OrgUnits are really about places. So it's an area that you operate in, or a facility or location that you operate in, and they have to operate in this kind of hierarchical level. In the next assignment, we'll look at how they can interoperate and how they can interconnect with groups. But in the actual hierarchy, it has to be pretty strict the way that we've shown in the example. But that's it. So I think that's it. Yeah, Sarah, I think we're good then?
Sounds great. We'll see you for the next video.
Cool. Thanks so much.
That's all for now. As always, you can get in touch with us at info@logicaloutcomes.net or on our YouTube channel, Logical Outcomes.